Grand rising, my beautiful kings and queens. TGIF. This is your girl, Mell B, live on Lux Radio Network. It's Friday, December 12th, and we are spotlighting ourselves. Feature Friday is our chance to highlight the stories, innovations, and inspirations that make us pause and say, wow. Whether it's a breakthrough in science, a voice in art, or a movement in culture, today we celebrate the features that expand our world. So lean in, open your mind, and let's close this week with brilliance and discovery. All right, today's affirmation is, and I read, I am open to discovery. I welcome inspiration, and I shine my light boldly to the world. Friday Spotlight, Innovation and Creativity. This affirmation encourages curiosity and openness, reminding us that inspiration is everywhere. It empowers us to close out the week with confidence and possibility. All right, our word of the day is I'm gonna mess up a word anyway. Enigmatic, like an enigma. It means mysterious and difficult to understand and also pronounce. So that is your word today. See if you can use it in a couple of sentences today just to be able to remember it. All right, our phrase origins of the day. Our word today is slate. It's from Irish and UK slang, originally meaning to thrash or beat someone, later extended to harsh criticism. To slate someone is to scold or criticize them severely. The word's journey from physical punishment to verbal attack illustrates how language softens over time. Slate. So in other words, is to really cuss somebody out, I guess. That's how I see it. That's how I'm understanding it. All right, on to our world news for each of our favorite states, starting with New York. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or the MTA, approves the final environmental review for the 2nd Avenue subway extension, clearing a major hurdle for the $7.7 billion project to continue its construction. Los Angeles. The University of California system officially raises its tuition by $3,400 for the upcoming academic year, sparking protests among students and advocacy groups. Chicago. A new report from the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning outlines a framework for regional economic equality, focusing on investments in workforce development and marginalized communities. Atlanta. The Atlanta City Council passes a measure that designates the historic Sweet Arbor neighborhood as a new tax allocation district to spur economic development and housing rehabilitation. Houston. Houston Airports announces a $1.1 billion plan to upgrade and expand George Bush International Airport, promising new gates and a modernized terminal experience. Washington, D.C. Congress adjourns for the holiday break without passing a crucial short-term spending bill, raising the specter of a partial government shutdown early in the new year. Here we go again. Miami. Following her historic election win, newly elected Mayor Higgins names her transition team, focusing on housing affordability, transportation, and climate resilience as top priorities. Tampa. The Hillsborough County Commission votes to advance a controversial plan that would allow the construction of 4,000 homes in environmentally sensitive areas of the rural eastern part of the county. Newport Richey. Morning, Dad. The Pasco County Commission approves an aggressive new schedule for the construction of affordable workforce housing units across the county, citing a critical shortage of homes for essential workers. Milwaukee. Good morning, Reed. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources announces a final plan for revitalization of the Menominee River shoreline, balancing ecological restoration with public access points. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson Public Schools school boards members approve a new curriculum reform initiative aimed at integrating technical and vocational skills training across all high schools starting next semester. Vancouver. The Vancouver Police Department issues a public apology for its controversial use of facial recognition technology over the past 3 years. An internal audit found it violated privacy protocols. I could see that happening a lot. Toronto. The Toronto provincial government announces a $500 million investment to expand high-speed internet access to rural communities throughout Northern Ontario over the next 4 years. Jamaica. Bless up, Jamaica. The Bank of Jamaica holds its benchmark interest rate steady at 7%, noticing that while inflation remains elevated, the post-hurricane recovery is proceeding as expected. Montego Bay. The Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association confirms that over 80% of major hotel rooms in Montego Bay have reopened, significantly beating earlier projections for post-Hurricane Melissa recovery. Ocho Rios. Local and international aid agencies complete the distribution of emergency construction materials to residents in the surrounding St. Anne Parish, focusing on roof and structural repairs. Negril. Resorts and tourism stakeholders in Negril launch a new promotional campaign specifically targeting the North American market, assuring travelers that the destination is fully operational for the winter season. Cayman Islands. The Ministry of Finance Services releases a new regulatory framework to govern the use of decentralized organizations within the territory's growing fintech sector. And Bahamas. The Minister of Education announces a major school repair initiative, prioritizing hurricane-damaged schools on Grand Bahama and Abaco to ensure all children return to safe learning environments. Nigeria. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited reveals that it has recovered over 34 million barrels of crude oil that were stolen or diverted by organized gangs over the last 2 years. And Ghana. Ghana's parliament passes a new bill aimed at providing initiatives and tax breaks to local manufacturers of electric vehicles and renewable energy components to spur the green economy transition. All right, on to our weather forecast for all of our cities. New York, cold and partly cloudy, highs near 46 and the low around 34. Los Angeles, mild and sunny with a high of 68 and a low around 52. Chicago, cold with scattered clouds, high near 39 and a low around 28. Atlanta, cool and clear, high in the near 55 and low around 40. Houston, mild and sunny, highs near 64, lows around 48. DC, chilly and partly sunny, highs near 47 with a low around 35. Miami, warm and mostly sunny, high near 80 and low around 70. Tampa, warm and partly sunny, highs near 78 and lows around 68. Newport Richey, warm and clear, high near 77 with a low around 67. Milwaukee, cold and cloudy, high near 36 and low around 26. Jackson, Mississippi, cool and sunny, high near 58 and low around 42. Vancouver, rainy and cool, high near 45, low around 38. Toronto, cold and cloudy, high near 39, low around 30. Kingston, Warm and mostly sunny, high near 87, low around 76. Montego Bay, warm and mostly sunny, high near 88, low around 76. Ocho Rios, warm and mostly sunny, high near 88, low around 76. Negril, mostly sunny, high near 88, low around 76. Cayman Islands, partly sunny, high near 84, low around 79. Bahamas, partly sunny, high near 76, low around 68. Nigeria, sunny and hot, high near 97, low around 70. And Ghana, light rain showers are possible today with a high near 89 and a low around 78. All right, on to our sports. Morning, Ray. Of course, there was in the NFL Thursday night football with the Falcons and the Buccaneers. It was the Falcons over the Buccaneers, 27-24. The Falcons secured a key division victory in the NFC South. All right, on to the NBA final scores from yesterday. We have the Pelicans over the Trailblazers, 143-120. The Rockets over the Clippers, 115-113. The Celtics over the, it was the Bucks. I had that wrong. Dyslexic again. The Bucks over the Celtics, 116-101. And the Nuggets over the Kings, 136-105. And today in the NBA, we have the Hawks versus the Pistons will be at 7 p.m. They'll be playing at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. We have the Pacers and the 76ers also at 7 p.m. They'll be at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philly. The Bulls versus the Hornets will be playing at 7. They'll be at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. The Cavaliers and the Wizards play at 7 also. They'll be at the Capital One Arena in DC. Jazz and the Grizzlies will be at 8 p.m. They are in the FedEx Forum in Memphis. The Nets and the Mavericks will be at 8:30. They're in the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And the Timberwolves and the Warriors will be at 10. They will be playing in the Chase Center in Frisco. All times, of course, Eastern Standard Time. All right, on to our daily feature, which is Feature Friday. So this Friday and every Friday from here on out, I will be spotlighting a different culture in either food or tradition or drink. So today's global flavor is, it's going to take us from the kitchens of Mexico to the tea tables of Morocco. Two traditions that prove food is more than flavor, it's heritage and story. So first up, we have Mexico, and we're featuring mole sauce. So mole comes from Nahuatl word, mole, meaning sauce or mixture. It's mostly famously tied to Puebla and Oaxaca traditions. It's a complex blend of chili peppers, spices, nuts, seeds, and sometimes chocolate. Mole poblano and mole negro are two of the most celebrated varieties. So the cultural significance is mole is a centerpiece at weddings, holidays, and family gatherings, symbolizing unity and tradition. So some mole recipes call for 30 plus ingredients, making it one of the most intricate sauces in the world. Pole poblano is often served over turkey or chicken, linking indigenous and colonial culinary traditions. Next, we have Morocco, and we are spotlighting Maghreb mint tea. Let me know if I'm saying that right, Ray. The origins it's also known as atay. Mint tea became a staple in Morocco in the 19th century, symbolizing hospitality. The flavor profile is made with green tea, fresh mint, sugar, poured from a high height to create foam and enhance the aroma. The cultural significance is serving tea is a ritual of welcome, often offered 3 times, each glass symbolizing life, love, and death. The tea is traditionally poured from 12 inches or higher to create a frothy crown on the glass. In Moroccan culture, refusing tea is considered impolite. It's more than a drink, it's a gesture of respect. So from Mexico's mole to Morocco's mint tea, global flavor reminds us that food is a passport to culture. Mole teaches us patience and tradition, while mint tea teaches us hospitality and connection. So together they prove that when we share a meal, we share the world. All right, on to our book club, where we are still reading the 18 Laws of Human Nature. And today's law is the law of death denial. Today's book club closes the week with the law of death denial, or our tendency to avoid life's ultimate truth. So Green argues that denying mortality limits our urgency and gratitude. Facing death directly helps us live more fully and intentionally. Morality awareness sharpens focus on what truly matters. So in business, act with urgency, don't delay bold moves or innovation. And in life, cherish relationships and moments, knowing time is infinite. All right, the law of death denial teaches us that accepting mortality isn't morbid, it's motivation to live fully. All right, so on to our cause of the day. Our cause of the day is actually suicide prevention. Suicide is a leading cause of death, but is also preventable. By raising awareness, recognizing warning signs, and connecting people to resources, we can save lives. So misconceptions. Suicide is not selfish. It's often the result of overwhelming pain. Talking about suicide doesn't encourage it. It opens conversations to reduce the stigma and risk. Suicide can be prevented with timely intervention and support. So the warning signs are talking about wanting to die or feeling hopeless, withdrawing from friends, family, or activities, sudden mood changes, especially calmness after despair, an increase in the use of alcohol or drugs, and giving away possessions or saying goodbye. So protective factors are strong family and community support, access to mental health care and crisis resources, safe environments that reduce access to lethal means, and positive coping skills and cultural or spiritual beliefs that discourage suicide. So community resources are the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which all you have to do is dial 988. It's available 24/7 in the United States for immediate crisis support. There's also local crisis centers. Many communities have regional crisis hotlines and walk-in centers. There's faith and community groups such as churches, nonprofits, and advocacy organizations often provide safe spaces for connection and counseling. There's also school and workplace programs. These are mostly peer-led initiatives like the Green Bandana Project, and employee assistance programs normalize help seeking for employees. And then there's SAMSHA Toolkit, offers educational materials for families, schools, and workplaces to strengthen prevention efforts. And by this being a holiday season, it's not statistically a high suicide rate time, but please watch out for these signs in either family or friends or coworkers. Suicide prevention is not just about crisis. also about culture. By challenging myths, recognizing warning signs, and connecting people to community resources, we can create environments where hope can thrive. Remember, suicide is preventable, and every conversation, every act of compassion, every resource shared can save a life. All right, on to today in history. Today, December 12th, in 1787, Pennsylvania ratifies the U.S. Constitution. It became the second state to ratify, strengthening the path toward federal unity. In 1901 was the first radio transmission across the Atlantic. Marconi sent the Morse code S from England to Newfoundland, proving that long-distance wireless communication was possible. And in 1963, Kenya gained independence. After decades of colonial rule and the Mau Mau uprising, Kenya declared independence from Britain. All right, on to African American history. First up, we have George Grant patents the golf tee. Dentist and inventor Grant received a patent for the wooden golf tee, revolutionizing the sport. Next, we have Josh Gibson was born. Negro League baseball legend Gibson, often called the Black Babe Ruth, was born today in 1911. He remains one of the greatest hitters in history. And in 1918, Joe Williams was born. Jazz singer Joe Williams, known for his rich baritone and work with the Count Basie Orchestra, was born today. All right, on to our African American scientists and inventors. First up, we have Valerie Thomas, NASA scientist who invented the illusion transmitter, a 3D imaging device still used in space research. Next up, we have John Macklin, an analytical chemist who refined Raman spectrometry, collaborating with NASA to analyze meteorites and cosmic dust. And we have Samuel Massey Jr., organic chemist and the first African-American professor at the U.S. Navy Academy, known for his work in chemotherapy agents. All right, on to our Back to Roots segment, where today we spotlight, of course, food. We close the week of Back to Roots savoring African foodways. So origins, Africans brought crops like okra, rice, yams, and sorghum. Enslaved Africans adapted these with native and European influences. The role that African food plays into African American society today, foodways like gumbo, jambalaya, and greens became staples of survival and community. So food sustained enslaved communities and became a cultural language of resilience. The modern influence is soul food and Creole cuisine remain central to African American identity, influencing U.S. and global cuisine. So why does it matter? Because food preserves ancestral memory, connects communities, and sparks conversations about health, heritage, and resilience. And everybody want to be invited to the barbecue. So food is memory, resilience, and connection. Back to Roots reminds us that every dish tells a story of heritage, health, and creativity. Flavors that connect continents and generations. All right, on to fact or fiction. We spotlight today an urban legend, Krampus and dark Christmas myths. While children await gifts from St. Nicholas, folklore warns another visitor, Krampus. With horns, fangs, and chains, this shadowy figure emerges on December nights to punish the naughty. Rooted in Alpine tradition, Krampus reminds us that every culture balances light with darkness, reward with consequence. Today, his legend lives on in parades, festivals, and cautionary tales, a chilling reminder that good behavior matters. Other figures like Bel Cynical and Fra Perta blend pagan and Christian traditions. So facts, these legends have resurged in modern culture with Krampus running films and global fascination. I do remember a movie called Krampus. I never watched it though. Educationally, holiday urban legends reveal how cultures use fear and folklore to enforce norms and entertain people. So, Krampus reminds us that even holidays carry shadows where folklore meets fear. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up because I did run across this movie the other day, and I'm like, Krampus, what is that? So, all right, on to our word. What's the word today? So I got this spotlight inspiration from my daughter because she loves trees. She's one of those people that will go and see a tree and it speaks to her. She's a tree hugger. So, the secret life of trees. We used to think of trees as silent, solitary competitors fighting for sunlight. But science reveals a stunning truth. The forest is a cooperative, talking social society. Their story began 400 million years ago when trees first developed wood, allowing them to rise above the mossy land. This was a revelation that created the Earth's first towering forest. The true magic, however, happens underground. The trees are connected by the wood wide web, a massive, intricate network of fungal threads called mycelium. This network acts like the internet of the forest. So sharing. Trees pump essential nutrients like carbon sugars to the fungi, which in turn savage water and minerals for their trees. Altruism, older, larger trees, known as mother trees, act as central hubs. These recognize their own offspring and send them surplus nutrients, ensuring the entire community thrives. So when one tree is attacked by insects, it even sends chemical warning signals through the air and roots, alerting its neighbors to start producing defenses immediately. So why do people hug trees? Beyond this scientific complexity of it, there's a simple human connection, tree hugging. While it may sound like something only a committed environmentalist would do, the practice is a widespread form of natural therapy. And there are several reasons why people embrace the work. Emotional connection and grounding, energy hypothesis, you have it reduces stress. So research to forest bathing, that's what it's called, has definitely been known that spending time with close to trees or even touching them lowers the levels of stress hormone cortisol and lowers pulse rate. This physical embrace is a simple, free, and intimate form of natural therapy. So people that are hugging trees are really reducing the stress in their lives, as we can say. So from their evolution as the first giants to their modern role as the Earth's greatest climate regulators, trees are essential. They teach us that life is defined not by competition, but by cooperation. So the next time you hug a tree, remember, you aren't just hugging a plant, you're connecting with the ancient social network that sustains us all. So I can't really laugh at my daughter when she hugs a tree anymore. That just took the fun out of it. All right, on to our tech tip of the day. Our tech tip is AI and cloud innovations from AWS reInvent. So at AWS reInvent 2025, Amazon unveiled Graviton 5 chips, titanium AI processors, and multi-cloud partnerships. Businesses should explore serverless tools like Lambda durable functions and multi-cloud strategies to cut costs and boost resilience. So these innovations signal the future of cloud computing, more efficient, flexible, and AI-ready infrastructures. So by it being the year's end, make sure that your business iClouds and AI processors are up to date and not outdated. All right, our finance tip of the day is insurance and estate planning review. Financial planners urge households to review insurance and estate planning annually. Rising auto and home premiums make comparison shopping essential. So estate planning, which is our wills, trust, and power of attorney, protects assets. So helpful tools, Polygenius for insurance comparisons. You also have Free Will or Trust and Will for estate planning documents, and LegalZoom for power of attorney templates. Reviewing coverage and estate plans ensures financial security and protects families against unexpected events. All right, our fun fact of the day is, once again, in 1901, Marconi sent that first transatlantic wireless communication from England to Newfoundland. And the signal code was just an S, proved that the radio waves could travel across the ocean, defying skeptics who believe Earth's curvature would block the transmission. So this breakthrough laid the foundation for modern telecommunications, from radio to Wi-Fi. Our fun holiday of the day is, today is Gingerbread House Day. Gingerbread dates back to medieval Europe, with elaborate gingerbread houses popularized in Germany in the 1800s after the tale of Hansel and Gretel. Building gingerbread houses became a festive tradition, blending culinary art with holiday storytelling. Gingerbread houses symbolize creativity, patience, and cultural exchange. Spices like ginger were often once rare during trading goods. So today, host the gingerbread house competition with friends or family, celebrating both tradition and artistry. I've never made one of those. They look like they're fun to do, though. All right, on to our quote for today, and I quote, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth," end quote, by Shirley Chisholm, the first African-American woman elected to Congress and a presidential candidate. Community service and advocacy are essential duties of citizenship. All right, on to our music and entertainment segment. Coco Jones is to perform at the Super Bowl 2026. Rising R&B star Coco Jones will perform "Lift Every Voice and Sing" at the Super Bowl 2026 pregame show. Known as the Black National Anthem, this song's inclusion at America's biggest sporting event reflects growing recognition of African American culture contributions. All right, on to our celebrity gossip, which we already know. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky welcomed their third child, a daughter named Rocky Irish Mayers. So their growing family reflects how celebrity gossip often blends with cultural fascination. Fans follow not just careers, but personal lives, shaping parasocial relationships. All right, who's having a birthday today? It's celebrity birthday time. So we have up Regina Hall is 55 today. Shy Glizzy from DC is 33. Dionne Warwick is 85. Pastor Green Thumb of 420 Friendly Radio, it's his birthday today. We also have Kyrie Pratt of the ATL, Takia Matthews, happy birthday, and DJ Technology of North Carolina. So, y'all, I've saved the best for last. I'm not going to say the other people are not very well known and very good people, but this message is for Shabako, an outstanding artist whose inspiration and faith can move mountains. So bless up, me brother. I learned that for you today. On behalf of J.A.B Entertainment, I want to say, take a moment to celebrate you. Happy birthday. May your day be filled with music, joy, all of the greatness you bring to the world. Keep shining, keep inspiring, and know that we are proud to have you as part of the J.A.B Entertainment family. So bless up and blaze too. One love. Go on a vibe, give thanks for life. Next year we're doing it again, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah, my friend. Whoa. That was Shabako. Happy birthday, me brother. All right. All right, on to our lifestyle segment. Today's soul food recipe is an old Southern tradition, and a lot of people love it. Banana pudding, a sweet staple of soul food desserts layered with vanilla wafers and custard, representing comfort and tradition. All right, and our beverage recipe today is pineapple green smoothie, which is refreshing, vitamin-packed, and energizing. All right, our men's health tip of the day is get regular skin checks too, guys. Melanoma risk is often overlooked in men. So make sure you tell your doctor when you go to that doctor's appointment before the year is out to have them check those for that as well. Women's health tip of the day, stay hydrated. Water supports skin, digestion, and hormone balance. In our relationship today, tips for today for couples, plan a date night in. Cook together, watch a movie, or play a game. Friends, a handwritten note can bring a smile to a close friend's heart. And family, start a Friday tradition like game night or movie night, which a lot of people do anyway. Our household chore of the day is clean and disinfect your doorknobs and high-touch surfaces like your light switches and stuff. All right, last but not least, our daily horoscopes, as we always start with Aries. Restore balance and avoid overcommitment as the week closes. Your lucky numbers today are 2, 12, and 28. Taurus, self-care day. Slow down and recharge your spirit. Your lucky numbers today are 1, 13, and 24. Gemini, rest your mind. Meditation helps clear mental clutter. So your lucky numbers today are 3, 12, and 21. Cancer, emotional healing. Journaling begins clarity and peace. So your lucky numbers today are 5, 16, and 30. Leo, creativity flows. Start a new project or hobby. Lucky numbers today are 6, 20, and 33. Virgo, healthy focus. Eat balanced meals and hydrate well. Your lucky numbers today are 6, 12, and 21. Libra, self-care. Pamper yourself with rest and relaxation. Your lucky numbers today are 5, 12, and 28. Scorpio, emotional renewal. Practice forgiveness and let go of grudges. Your lucky numbers today are 7, 16, and 30. Sagittarius, spiritual focus. Seek wisdom through reflection or study. Your lucky numbers today are 2, 14, and 29. Capricorn, health focus. Exercise regularly to maintain strength. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 12, and 28. Aquarius, financial gains. Unexpected opportunities may appear. Your lucky numbers today are 6, 12, and 28. And Pisces, spiritual renewal. Meditation or prayer brings peace. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 12, and 28. All right. On Monday's show, which will be Motivational Monday, we will have more empowerment stories, finance tips, and a fresh start of the week. At this time, I would like to thank our sponsors. First up, Bellow Burn Hot Sauce. Turn up the flavor, feel the burn. Bellow Burn brings heat to every bite. RAS Herbals, rooted in tradition, powered by nature. RAS Herbals keeps wellness pure and strong. Colorane Candles, light up the moment, lift the mood. Colorane Candles glow with soul. And Universal Madness, style without limits. Universal Madness makes the streets your runway. All right, on to our Lux Radio announcements. First up, our Christmas concert will be on December 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on Lux Radio Network. And it's free. Lux Radio is also starting a book club called Lux Lounge. Our first read is called Left Behind by Tim Lahane and Jerry Jenkins. Our first reading discussion will be held January 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on TikTok. Next up, we have Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess. Is returning tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Lux Radio Network, where I will be the guest for part 2 of my interview. Next up, we have the Peace Podcast with Jay and Tay at 9:30 p.m. this evening. Every Friday, live on network, Lux Network, Lux Radio Network. And tomorrow, which is Saturday, we have Snatched and Savage at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with Omni, Mimi, and Tito, live also on Lux Radio Network. So Friday's here. The weekend is calling, and it wants you on the guest list. So go shine, go play, and enjoy yourself. Until Monday morning, have a blessed weekend and keep safe. This is your girl, Mel B, as always saying, stay fly, stay grounded, and don't let nobody steal your shine. Period.